Hey everyone, I'm Kate and welcome to one of my first videos on my channel. Today we're going to be having a chat about my upcoming ADHD and ASD screening tests. ASD stands for Autism Spectrum Disorder. You may have heard this referred to as just autism or as being autistic. According to the AEIOU Foundation website, autism is a lifelong developmental disorder affecting at least 1 in 70 people. They list 2 main challenges for people with autism. The first is social interactions and communications, such as body language, verbal communication, and reciprocal conversation. The other is restrictive or repetitive patterns of behaviour or interests, such as rituals and routines, and hyper or hyposensitivity to sensory inputs. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. According to the Mayo Clinic website, ADHD is a mental disorder that includes persistent problems such as difficulty paying attention, hyperactivity, and impulsive behaviour. Both are typically diagnosed in childhood, however, in recent years it's becoming more common to be diagnosed as an adult, especially as I've seen throughout the online spaces such as YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all of those things. I always assumed I have a little bit of ASD due to my low-level social skills, but it's a spectrum. We're all on there somewhere. I've never felt like it's been impacting my life enough to pursue a diagnosis. I only considered ADHD in recent years after watching some YouTube videos. Isn't that how most people find it out these days? I didn't have any of what I thought were the typical ADHD symptoms when I was in school. I didn't have massive amounts of energy, I didn't disrupt the class in a negative way, and I actually did quite well academically. However, I have always been someone who leaves things to the last minute because I haven't organised my time effectively. I regularly zone out from conversations, and I like to play games on my phone while I'm watching TV because just watching TV usually bores me. In my head, I think I can focus on both, then proceed to very quickly stop paying attention to whatever we're watching and miss important plot lines. It was only recently that I watched a YouTube video about having both ADHD and ASD when I realised that it could be both. I'll link the video up here. Some of the things that really stood out to me were that I hate the idea of being in social situations, but once I'm there, I can't stop talking. I hate cleaning and being organised in my physical environment, but can feel overwhelmed when something isn't clean. Usually my kitchen, when I go to do the cooking. I can get obsessed with organisational systems and strategies and devote entire hours to setting something up, but then never follow through on it. I've been seeing a psychologist for about a year now for depression and anxiety. I'll talk about that in another video. And at my 10th session, we had a discussion about how things are going and if there's anything else I want out of the sessions. This seemed like the perfect opportunity to discuss ADHD and ASD. In Australia, your average psychologist can't diagnose you with these conditions. We decided that since I've already been seeing her, it would be easier for me to do some screening tests with her rather than spend my time and money on finding a psychiatrist or neuropsychologist who can diagnose me, especially if it's unlikely that I have either of them. She can easily run some basic screening tests that will tell us whether or not it's worth the time and money to pursue this with a psychiatrist or a neuropsychologist. ADHD is the main thing that I am looking for a diagnosis for. It's what I think is having a more significant impact on my life. And ADHD does come with medication options, unlike ASD. At the time of recording this, my first screening session is happening next week. I'm not sure how the screening test will be run exactly, but I will be doing a video on that as well after it's happened. There is a chance that my psychologist doesn't think it's worth taking this any further, but if we do decide to pursue a diagnosis, I believe it will be an extended process and could take some time before I'm even able to see a psychiatrist or neuropsychologist. I will be continuing to make videos at each stage of the process so that by the end, you'll be able to experience the entire journey. If you would like to stay updated on the process or check out any of my other content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. I also stream gameplay over on Twitch 3 times a week. The link to the channel will be in the description. Thanks for watching. and today we're going to have a chat about my upcoming ADHD and ASD screening tests. And that there was Reginald.